would you dance around with me, honey? Would you be my beast?
Sure.
No.
That could be weird.
that did sound kind of weird.
Are we on YouTube?
No.
Oh, we're still on YouTube. I wanted to show everybody Dave's snack while he's doing
Oh, we are
the
on
show.
YouTube.
Okay, so welcome. Today we're making shortbread and pudding. But I wanted to show you Dave's light snack while he's doing the show. This is his second plate. Oh,
Second plate, dude.
yes. He's got his light snack. What happened to your hat? Where are you going? All right. Are you roasting?
Well, you're going to be sick before the show's over.
I'm sure it will be. Okay, so first thing we're making is shortbread like Grandma used to make. Super yummy, quick and easy cookies, just 3 ingredients. That's right, just 3 ingredients. So, I'm greasing my 9x9 pan. Good. Setting that out of the way. Then, in my bowl, oh, I forgot my mixer. Hold on. Now there's nobody on the shot. Okay, this is a little awkward. Sorry, guys. All
We're
right.
back.
Now we're both back.
It's the active show.
It's the Where's Tara and Mike show. Okay.
This hat just doesn't want to stay on me. You need to do it the way you used to do Elly's bows.
You need like 2-sided tape.
Here's Mike's St. Patrick's Day hat. There, let's see how long it can stay on.
Yay,
All right.
Mindy says she finally made it to a live show. And
Yay.
Rocio's on time. Hi, Rocio.
Lisa loves your apron.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm putting a 1/2 cup of butter in here. And I'm going to whip it up. All right.
So which one is this recipe?
Shortbread.
Shortbread.
Yummy, yummy shortbread.
Alrighty.
All right. So
me get that.
I'm mixing
I'll
it up.
Patient.
Mike's putting the link in the description below.
Oh, oops.
It fell off again. All right.
Okay, I put the link in
So,
on YouTube,
then-
Facebook, and back to YouTube.
Add your sugar.
Sue
And your
says cheesy
flour?
bread, yum. Oh no, that's not Sue. That's healthiest me. That's awesome.
Then you're going to mix this with your flour and your sugar until it's light and fluffy. And it's just those 3 ingredients. That's it. Nothing else.
Over here, Al.
Are you going to hashtag parkour?
No, it's not.
Oh. All right. So we got it all mixed up here.
Wait, can I have an announcement? Can I do an announcement?
Just like Grandma used to make. An announcement.
Yeah. Really
I'll be the
quickly.
spectator.
What's your announcement?
So, Elly yesterday was teaching me how to slackline, and I can just stand on it. If that's okay.
Hey, but at least you can stand on it. I think I should do slacklining, dear.
I think
It's so difficult.
It's relaxing.
Yes, I think you should. I think we both should.
It's super
We
relaxing.
should make a video of it. That would go viral.
I think we should video Mom and Dad learning to slackline from Elly.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan's asking, what is this light snack?
Oh, it's this stuff.
He's
I have like
had
7 or 8 of these back there.
He's got 2, 4, 6
Oh.
back there,
6
and he's
back
already
there, and I
had
already had 4.
4 or 5.
BJ!
So, BJ.
So, just for those of you who are wondering, it says pudding and
Shortbread.
but we're doing the shortbread first.
so that I can get the pudding in. So I can get the shortbread in the oven. Okay, so now just take your fingers and pat it down. And put it in here. Like this. Oh, write in your notes chicken question.
Chicken question?
Yeah, I want to answer a chicken question I got on TV. On live.
Ooh.
Slacklining is
You're
like
making me curious.
slacklining is like tight roping. It's just like.
Yeah.
Elly, can you explain it?
Slacklining is like a tightrope, except it's about this wide. And we're going to do a video showing Elly doing her slackline because it's just super cool.
She ratchets it between two trees, right?
Yeah, and she puts it between two trees. Some people go across the Grand Canyon or whatever canyon they have.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Why didn't you just buy a
Ever.
strap from Harbor Freight?
I'm good with like 1 or 2 feet above the ground. Hey, you know what?
BJ said, why didn't
know
you just
what?
buy a strap from Harbor Freight? Now that I'm thinking about
Tie it
it.
around the tree.
Well, since the actual slackline costs more, it must be better somehow.
Yeah, obviously.
Isn't that like, I forgot there's some things you can buy in one store and they're a different price than something else that's exactly the same.
Well, mine was only like $40, so I mean.
So
How much is a strap at Harbor Freight, BJ?
Okay.
Is it less than $40?
Okay.
Like $5 for the size that she's.
You know what? It's green, okay?
It's green on St. Patrick's Day, no less.
Have green ones too.
See how I worked that in there?
They have green ones too. Okay, so then you take a fork and you just spoof it all. So come here, guys. Come look at BJ before he leaves. He's leaving before the show is over. Come here. Come here.
No one cares if you're
Tell
your
them
BJs.
it doesn't matter. Come here. Come here.
Hither.
Tell them the good news.
I made it in the Mayo Clinic.
Whoa!
He made it into Mayo.
Yay.
June 13th. Having a meet up at Mayo.
He's officially,
Made up in Mayo, June 13th.
he's officially in. I've never seen this case before, case.
Come witness the one and only BJ Kellum getting
Everything.
gallons of blood pulled out of him and injected.
You know, we
with
should
all
have
kinds
everybody that comes to the meet up in the doctor's office.
We should.
So that when the doctor says something, if they say something that's a little off, they can all say, oh, "Are you sure?" Like BJ and his 9 moms.
WebMD says it's. What was it? Menopause.
Yeah, he looked his symptoms up on WebMD and they said it was menopause.
So Eileen Killen says, "Happy St. Patrick's Day from Derry in Northern Ireland."
Oh, she's
Happy
actually
St.
in
Patrick's Day,
Ireland.
Eileen.
So we're gonna start the GoFund BJ page.
Really?
So we can pay for all these medical bills we're gonna have, huh? Yes, you can, huh?
Are you actually doing a GoFundMe?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Possibly.
We might need it.
We might need it. It's pretty.
For
Now, the GoFundMe page.
Or just
50 grand is-
Or you can just send donations to Living on a Dime P.O. Box. Now this recipe, the kids can actually eat the beaters because there is no eggs or anything in it. But I let my kids eat the eggs anyway
Well, let's
because
be real, like.
Because you're that kind of
I'm
mom.
kind of mom.
I've only almost died of whatever is in eggs 3 times.
Oh, whatever. You?
I'm sure I must have because I was. Oh,
Okay, so we're baking.
so
yeah.
Christine said, "What was that? Garlic bread or cornbread for Dave to devour?"
Yeah, it was cheesy bread.
Aren't eggs sterilized anyway nowadays?
A lot of times eggs are pasteurized now. Yeah.
I'm gonna paste it.
Pasteurized or
Yeah.
whatever.
So.
The immune system.
Yeah, it strengthens the immune system. There you go. Shortbread, bake at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes.
Pasting the
Cool
recipe in
before
again.
serving. So I got that done. Now, the next thing. Okay, Elly and I went to a movie, and I admit I wasn't as prepared as I should have been. Because I'll have to tell you the whole Mayo Clinic story here as soon as I'm done making the pudding. Yes, Elly? Did you need me? Oh, okay. Alright, so to make chocolate pudding, see, shortbread, that didn't even take me, what, 3 minutes to make it? This is super simple, guys. Right? Right, okay.
So Lynn is asking if you made it with gluten-free flour.
No, I did not make it with gluten-free flour.
So none
what?
for you, huh?
Medical.
Yeah, you might. Put it in your, take it in case
I die.
they call the ambulance on you.
What was that?
He said, should I take my medical card? And I said, yeah, in case they have to call the ambulance on you.
Oh, Nan says, hey, Ellie and BJ, love you.
Hi, Nan.
I don't know if you heard Nan, but they both said hi.
Hi, Nan.
Oh yeah, you have a personal mic. I forgot about that.
Cassie's asking, was Dave's snack melted cheese and bread?
Yes, Dave's snack was melted cheese and bread.
How
All
do
right,
you
for
guys
pudding,
know?
mix your sugar, which I'd like to thank my faithful assistant Elly for mixing this all up to me while I was on the phone, getting BJ into the Mayo Clinic. Cornstarch, sugar, salt.
We need to share Dave's joke about the Mayo Clinic.
That
Yes.
wasn't really a joke. That was me being legitimately real.
2 eggs. Oops, wait. Yeah. Okay, 2 eggs. And another egg. After we're done, you can tell what the leprechaun did in your classroom. Okay?
Yeah.
And you want your eggs slightly beaten, but I just beat them up in the pan like this. Dave, can they see what I'm doing?
Oh, not really. There you go.
Okay, so I just mix it all together. Get all the lumps out.
Darren B says you look stressed.
Well, it's been a very, very stressful week, and I'll explain more when we're done.
Did you want that closed?
I don't care. Dave just said the dogs were barking, so.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so now here's my milk, and I am making vanilla pudding. So,
Healthiest me wants to know where the pudding link is.
Dad, can you do the pudding link?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I am about to share the pudding link, everyone.
So now I have all of that combined, and I'm going to cook it over medium heat, stirring constantly until it boils. Then when it boils, I'm going to keep stirring it for 1 minute and let it boil 1 minute. Okay? Homemade pudding is super easy, guys. And you can take all of the ingredients, and if you want to use dry milk, you could even add the dry milk and just add water. Or milk later, but you can just put the sugar, cornstarch, and salt all together and get it, and just keep it together if you make a lot of it.
When's the next time we can have Sue over?
Well, Sue's coming when Dad's leaving.
That makes
We
no
can have her
sense.
over spring break?
No, she's gonna be spring break. Yes, she may. So now Jack's making him a loaf of bread.
With not cheese, but butter.
What's the page for the
Michelle says, tell us
Oh.
the Mayo story while you cook.
So the Dining on a Dime cookbook, page 295 is the vanilla pudding, and page 276 is the shortbread.
Mhm.
Shortbread, 276, 295 is the pudding. I'll tell the Mayo story just a second. Chocolate pudding. You can add cocoa in here with your sugar and your cornstarch and have chocolate pudding. You can make chocolate peanut butter pudding by adding the chocolate. Then you can add peanut butter and leave out the butter, which I'm going to put in just a minute. And if you want to do butterscotch pudding, you could use 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar instead of regular sugar, and you have butterscotch pudding. So those are some variations right there. And do we have any questions while I'm waiting? I don't want to get on the Mayo thing yet because it's kind of involved.
Well, I'm not sure if we have questions. Cat Lover said I baked the snickerdoodles for hubby's work friends and put green food dye in them. They raved about them. Thanks to you, I am the hero. And
Yay.
Adriana says, I'm a new subscriber. I love you guys. Positive vibes. Thank you,
Thank
Adriana.
you. You know, is anybody going to eat vanilla pudding, or should I add some cocoa?
I said chocolate on the description.
Elly will eat it?
Oh, Dad says chocolate. I'll eat chocolate too. I'll eat
Careful, Dave.
Okay.
Creating an earthquake on camera. there.
Chocolate. Hold on. So let me dump my chocolate in here. How much chocolate do I need? Okay.
And Linda said, yay, Saturday morning, the only day I can see you live in Australia.
Woo! It's already Saturday in Australia? Okay. You should have put that in sooner, but I forgot.
They're like 12 hours ahead of us. What do you What are you talking about?
Did you tell him what the website said about your symptoms?
I have menopause.
Yeah, because Denise said LOL manopause. So.
Okay, so my chocolate kind of chunked up there because I didn't mix it in earlier. So let's just buzz it real quick here.
Denise said I loaned my copy of your cookbook to my mom yesterday. Told her to guard it with your life and that it's my cooking Bible.
Ah, that's good. Okay, so why did I just blend it with the blender? Because I didn't mix my cocoa in at first, and I had a few lumps. So
Vicky says add cocoa.
now we're all lump free.
Dwayne says color the pudding green.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I used to do that, and none of the kids would eat anything. I'd make green cupcakes, I'd make green pancakes, I'd make green eggs and ham.
Well, they ate some of it, but the green eggs, they would look at the green eggs and they'd say, ew.
Yeah, but it's St. Patrick's Day. Don't they eat green eggs in Ireland?
I don't know.
Mom, that could
I
be
think that was a, what's his name book?
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
They're building a Dr. Seuss restaurant in Fort Collins.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sandy
Okay.
says, I'm happy for y'all. Big love.
So now it's getting really thick. Really, really thick. Ugh.
I'm resharing the pudding recipe after Beverly requested
And I'm
it.
letting it cook for about 1 hour. Ah!
Jack, watch out for Mom.
Stand back, Jack. Go ahead. You're going to get burned.
Okay, 1 minute. And I turn off the heat. Start. Okay, I had it on too high. Sorry. I can only do 12 things at once. And then I'm just short circuiting.
And I can
That's
only
11.
do 3 things at once.
And I can only do one thing at once, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I
Hey.
can only do 2 things at once, but
Because he's a Commodore 64 inside that big head.
Yeah.
He's a Commodore 64. BJ, what's an impressive computer right now? He's a Commodore 64 and an iPhone right now.
Yeah.
can you tell them something?
I don't
Hold
know,
on
Razor
just a
Blade Pro.
I usually just say I'm a Commodore 64 in a 21st century world. 20th century.
Okay, so I shut this off just a minute ahead of time. Dave, can they see?
Yeah, kind of.
So this is what it looks like, nice and thick. And Jack, I need my butter back. You took my butter, dude. Jack.
So I just shared the recipes for both of these things, and right now we are making the pudding. And Tara just made
Need the
chocolate.
putter. Okay, so now, and where'd my vanilla go? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. I'm sure I had vanilla out here. I guess I didn't. Okay. So then, in your pudding, you want to put your 2 tablespoons of butter. And this makes it super, super creamy. And then your vanilla.
Oh, Turin says she's late today because she forgot we were an hour earlier. Well, I'm glad you made it.
Thank you for showing up. I want to go to Norway just to meet her.
Late for
I
kids.
think that would just be so cool.
I think that would be cool too.
Actually, all of our fans, because we just have to go to all these places to meet all of you guys. Yeah? Hmm?
Can't tell what he's saying.
I have no idea. Can you grab me a little bowl, Dave? Okay, so then you can pour this into little dishes. Here, you need to put that back on again.
Except I can't move my head, or else it falls off.
See, it's good for the abs. It's
What?
called
The abs need
it's a
something.
core workout.
And Turin says hello to Jack and David.
All right, so then just let this cool and you can serve it. Now sometimes it'll get a film on the top. If you don't want a film, you can just put a piece of plastic wrap on the top. We like ours warm. I like it warm. I don't know if the rest of the family does.
Yeah.
Elly does?
Yeah.
Do you want to come taste test then?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so Elly's going to be the taste tester this
I
time.
don't like it. I'm gonna let you down.
Pretend.
So if you want it darker, can you add more cocoa or
I
something?
want it
You
too.
can add more cocoa if you want it darker. Maybe you should just eat it like it is because it's delicious.
I don't
Okay,
complain.
hold on.
Just
Yeah,
asking.
blow. It's super, super
And
hot.
your
so
wife is
blow.
a world famous cookbook author.
Yes.
She's a world famous
No, it's good. It's good. Wait, let me do.
Go bring your mouth.
Can I
Is it
try?
delish?
Pretty good.
I'm not eating from that spoon.
Oh, stop it.
You know what you should try do is make one that's like hazelnut. Well, hazelnuts are really expensive.
Yeah, you
but-
could. Well, but you know what
Or
you
like
could add
cinnamon or something.
in place of the milk. You could add some hazelnut creamer. It'd be super delish.
It's
Okay,
really creamy.
Hold on, it's super hot. Do you want to take this one? You want this one? Or no? Do you want one?
Not too much.
Lynn says she could eat chocolate pudding all day, every day.
Yeah, it's
And
super
strawberry.
delish.
And Mary Beth loves the film on the top. I do too.
Yeah, Mike likes the film. That's why I don't. That's why I don't put it on there. But what? Oh, okay.
Joanne says, I ordered your cookbook on the 14th. Not sure how long it takes to get to California.
What's the date today?
The 17th.
Oh, if you ordered, let's see, I shipped yesterday. Everything that was ordered before yesterday, I shipped.
Do you have a bread pudding recipe in the book?
I do have a bread pudding recipe.
Joanne asked.
Bread pudding. Where is bread pudding? It is on page.
Dave?
I don't think we measured the sugar right on this. This tastes a little less sugary than normal. Bread pudding. Well, where is bread pudding? Page 286 is bread pudding.
Oh man.
Usually we have
That
it
is really
sugarier,
good.
but yum. Yeah, I have bread pudding on page 286. I have custard on page 287. I have funnel cakes on page 289
Yum.
and all of that. So, I'm telling you guys, the recipes in here are quick and easy and everybody loves to eat them. So, that's why I wrote the book. Yes, and I have rice pudding on page, it was on 294. And this is good. I love the rice pudding. I haven't made it forever. I think I'm going to make me some. I'm the only one who really eats rice pudding in our family.
Whoosh.
But I love it.
Sunshine says, cute apron. And so
Thank
did
you.
Sue. Oh, and
you.
then Darren wants to know if you were going to make green shortbread.
Well, I thought about it, but whenever I put green stuff, whenever I put green or red food coloring in anything, my kids don't eat it. It drives me crazy.
I remember
So
when
this-
you made green scrambled eggs. That was kind of horrifying.
Kind of horrifying.
I think
It was only kind of horrifying,
But
huh?
now I know. Now I know. It was me.
Well, because you didn't know it was actually eggs, right?
Well, I knew it was.
I think I did
What?
that for Halloween and called it scrambled brains.
No, maybe
Yeah, on
that's
Halloween you
Yeah.
call it scrambled
I think I called it
eggs.
why. Like
scrambled
we were
brains.
children.
Sandy says that pudding looks delicious. Jack made an awful face and promptly reached for another bite.
That's what's so funny. All right, so let's see. Where do we start?
What's on my head? Well, what
was
was
a
on my
leopard-
head was a green
leprechaun
leprechaun hat, but Tara needed to tape it on my head like she used to do
Hey,
with Ellie's
talk about the
bows.
car. Mom.
Ellie was Baldo when she was little. Tara used to tape bows on her head.
Oh, yes. So first of all, I had some people asking about our car. So I took a picture of it. Ellie drove it today. We went to go see Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh. It was like, it
Okay.
was a pretty cool car.
That's what it looks like.
It's pretty cool.
She got us around. She stalled it once,
It's a
Oh
standard.
yeah, only once.
but she kept on going. She did very well. Got it restarted and just went right on, even though there was 25 cars behind us. 'cause
I
this
was
is
like,
Colorado.
you can wait. I'm learning. Again.
Here, did you want some more? This is the new car. Did you put the picture on there?
He did.
Oh.
Oh, I did first.
And so far we love it. It seems to be
Screw it
working
again.
really well. We drove it yesterday to BJ's 2 doctor appointments
Here's the other side.
and got good use out of it yesterday. Although we discovered something interesting about the dealer. So we bought it used. And here's a tip for you guys. We bought it used from a dealer, and I've never bought a dealer car before. I guess we bought the one on eBay. Mike got, I guess, was from a dealer, but I didn't know that was on eBay. Was from a dealer, and so the dealer wrote that the mileage was 123,000 miles because it had a 5-day, 250-mile guarantee. But the dealer wrote it had 123,000 miles, and when we got it, it actually had 125,000 miles.
Was it because they drove it
Do you think it was
that
a
much at
mistake?
the dealership?
I don't think so, because they were putting 125 on everything. So, well, even if it was a mistake, what I'm telling you guys is make sure if you get something like that the mileage is correct. So,
It's off a lot.
yeah, and also I noticed that they had no problem securing the license plate on the front that had their advertising on it, but they only had one screw for the temp license on the back that blew off, and the cop came after BJ to give it to him. I thought that was kind of a little
Fishy.
interesting.
So Tammy, I just pasted the recipe in again. We actually made two things. We made chocolate pudding and shortbread, and I'll paste the shortbread in here shortly too.
Okay.
Oh.
So, any questions before I get on our Mayo Clinic stuff?
Well, two things. Susie said the pudding might be good on top of the shortbread. Which I
It
think
would be
is true.
really good. You could dip your shortbread in the pudding. Oh,
A little can of whipped cream.
a big can of whipped cream.
And Patricia says at some point Jack should tell the leprechaun
Oh,
story.
Jack, come tell what the leprechaun did in your school first. Come here. Tell him what he did to your chair.
So, today, well, this morning, at school, the leprechaun literally put my desk on top of my chair on top of a shelf.
Can you believe that? How did you sit all day?
He pulled it down.
Oh, shoo. It wasn't too tall that your teacher couldn't get it down?
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't. It was about as tall as that light. So.
And what else did he do?
He also tipped over someone's desk.
He tipped it all the way over?
And moved someone's folder to another person's folder, so they had two of the same folder.
Oh, no.
And
What else what was the surprise under the desks?
Oh, there are a bunch of balloons.
Crazy guy.
Mhm.
Crazy. I see your hands are bothering you. Did you put on your lotion stick?
Yeah.
Jack has really chapped hands, and he uses my lotion stick to help them unchapped. And who did you take a lotion stick to the other day?
Connor.
His
My
best
friend.
friend has really chapped hands, and he thoughtfully asked if he could take a lotion stick to his friend.
Oh, that's cool.
Are his hands doing better?
Way better.
Good. I am so glad. So the leprechaun went crazy at school, huh?
Yup.
He did.
Tammy asked if these recipes are in the book.
Yes, they are in the book. Page 295 is vanilla pudding, and page 276 is shortbread. And let's see.
Jonathan says my shortbread is going in the oven soon. Patricia says crazy leprechaun.
Yes, he was a crazy dude. So here's our last 2 days of or do I any other questions before I get into the mayo stuff?
Well, Ramona said she tried to make her first batch of soap but couldn't find the mixer. She could go the old-fashioned way, like
you
Tawra
can just
used.
stir it.
It takes
stir
forever,
yeah,
but-
it takes a half an hour, but you can just stir it by hand. Yeah.
He also spilled some green paint. There were green footprints on the whiteboard.
Whoa.
That crazy guy.
And on
He must have been doing
One.
some bad parkour.
and
Hashtag parkour.
Hashtag leprechaun parkour. That doesn't quite have the ring.
That would be a
it was
special.
on the door. I mean, it was on the door. It was on the doorknob. It was on like 5 people's desk.
That crazy guy.
Wow.
And one of those people was me. So I was like,
Oh, now what do I
Doing
do with the leprechaun print?
yeah, seriously. Oh, and the worst part was He
Uh-huh.
literally stacked a chair where the teacher couldn't reach it.
How did she get it down?
Used a stick.
She used a stick.
She used a stick and then it fell off the shelf and then she grabbed it.
It didn't bonk her on the head, did it?
No, she just grabbed it when it fell.
Thank goodness. Phew.
That's crazy.
Yes. Any other questions?
Stephanie was just talking about Sheridan, Wyoming.
Oh.
Oh,
She said when Sharon knows somebody who lives in Sheridan, Wyoming, best place to live in Wyoming. It's a beautiful town. The wind is not bad at all, but it can get very cold in the
So I
winter.
looked up the wind in Sheridan because I was wondering, because Jamie called, or she texted me and said, it's really windy there. So I was like, okay. So I looked it up. You want to hear the verdict?
Average wind speed, 74 miles an hour.
Average, well, I don't know what these numbers mean, but
Probably don't mean.
Sheridan's average is 7 on wind speed. Denver's average is 8.
Well, that means it's not very windy.
Wichita's average is 11.
Oh.
And Springfield's was 14. So
it's not.
it's not windy.
Brown Eyed
But-
Babe says, I think everyone loves Mayo Whirlwind. They get answers fast. Let's hope so.
I hope so. But Jamie was very concerned because she knows that I'm very sensitive to noise. I'm very sensitive
For
to
which
noise.
for which thing?
For the wind blowing all the time.
Oh yeah.
So, okay. I lost my timer. Hashtag parkour. Hashtag, oh no, I'm burning it.
Oh, no.
My timer must have gone off. Oh no.
yeah, it did.
Oh no. Oh, good save, Tawra.
Yeah.
Smells good.
Ooh, it
Ooh.
looks delightful. Let me touch it.
Hashtag I saved it. Elly's all into hashtags and she's always hashtagging everything.
Hashtag parkour.
Okay, so let it cool before you serve it. Now, this got a little too brown because, you know, I'm just the queen of burning things. But this is a little brown. Normally, you don't want any color at all. But this is good and edible still.
Oh, Pam's saying, hello, great news on BJ. I wanted to ask, when you make fudge, do you use big marshmallows or mini marshmallows? And she also says, Jack reminds me so much of my grandson.
Mini marshmallows pan is what we use. So, okay, so the BJ story. So where did we leave off? Wednesday. I had just slid in from the car, right? Okay.
Wait, don't use the word slid in when you talk about the car. Just kidding.
So I went to bed that night and was so sick I couldn't even go to sleep. So I told Mike, okay, let's watch Newhart. So we watched Newhart for half an hour. And the next morning we had to get up and have an MRI. So we got up at 6 o'clock yesterday, drove an hour away because it was rush hour, and got to the MRI place, or I think that one was 45 minutes actually, and went in. She said it'd be 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. So I'm out there sitting. They had a nice fireplace. And I'm
Dang.
sitting by the fireplace editing my newest soap video, which you can go check it out if you want. It's my shea butter soap. Throw on my YouTube channel for my soap. And I'm editing and I'm like, wow, I'm really getting a lot of editing done. I'm getting a lot of editing done. Then I realized it'd been an
What does
hour.
Mike do? Just kidding.
Yeah, what does Mike do? I just finished 3 videos. Why does it take him 4 days to do? No, I'm just kidding. Mike's videos that he does for Living on a Dime are way more complicated than my soap ones, so that's what he's doing.
So I'm supposed to put your
My
soap
soap channel.
in.
And so I waited and waited, and finally I had to go ask, and I never did find out what took so long. She said, okay, we'll call your doctor with the results. Okay. So then we go back at 3 o'clock. We leave home. His appointment's at 4. We get there, and she's like, well, everything is okay. And I burst into tears. If you have CFS and fibromyalgia, you know you don't want to hear those words. And she was really nice. And she's like, she said, I know you're really frustrated. She said, because most of the people, because she was a cancer liver doctor, and she said, most of the people that come in here, I have really bad news for them. She said, so I know you're upset that you don't know why, but I'm really glad that I don't have bad news for you. And I said, well, yeah, I am too. I said, it's just, he's been really sick for 4 years, No one can figure it out. We've been to the gastroenterologist. We've been to neurologist. We've been to heart doctor. We've been to liver doctor. And then we've been to...
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I cannot find any indication of where you have a soap channel.
Okay, go into my inbox there.
We need to put that on our website.
And go up here, soap pictures, and then scroll up till you right there. You just missed it. And I was like, yeah, well, thank you. And she said, well, I don't even know where to send you. She said because his symptoms are so strange that it's not making any sense. And she said, if you've already been to all these other places, I don't even know what kind of doctor to send you to. And I said, well, I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I said, who do I send him to see if that's what it is? I said, I really don't think that's what it is because the symptoms that he's having is not the same as the CFS, except for the tiredness. So, and we really, I don't know, I think we both think his high blood pressure really has something to do with it, don't you?
Yeah, because he's 19 and he's got really high blood pressure and he's not in bad shape or
and
anything.
He's always had it. But the doctors just kept brushing it off, saying, oh, well, you're just nervous coming to the doctor.
And just pasting the soap channel in link for those of you who wanted it.
And finally, I started saying, wait a minute. You don't have this high of high blood pressure for when you're 19. And that's when we started on the blood pressure route. So anyway, she said, well, I don't even know where to send you. I said, well, what about the teaching hospital in Denver? She said, no. She said, I don't think they'll even take him. I said, well, you said last time maybe we should try Mayo Clinic in Rochester. And she said, well, you can try it. But she said, I'll be happy to send the referral and anything you need to get in, or, anything you need to help get you in. But she said, he's having really, really bad headaches and I'm a liver doctor and I'm like 99% sure you're not going to get in. She said, I'm happy to try. But she said, I really don't think he's going to get in. And I said, okay. I said, well, can we at least just try? But poor BJ, he was so deflated. I could just see the look on his face, just like, you've got to be kidding me. I can't believe there's nothing wrong with me. And so she said, yeah, I'll send in the referral. I said, okay. I said, how long does it take? When should I call if we don't hear anything? And she said, well, by Monday. And I was like, okay. So Mike and I this morning, we were talking it over and he's trying to keep me calm because I don't want him to end up like me.
I will remain calm.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm curious if anyone recognized that. That was a film quote too.
I have no idea. What is that from?
Teenagers. They think they know everything.
Oh.
You give them an inch, they swim all over you.
And so last night and today, we were just like, okay, what are we supposed to do? And we're really stressed out with this house trying to buy and sell. We really don't want to stay in Colorado. We don't want to get a huge loan we want to get our house paid off. And so we've just had all this stress piling up on top of us. And we're not dealing with it very well. So last night I was looking and I typed how to get into the Mayo Clinic. And this person, because the doctor told me while we were there, she said, the only thing I can suggest is when he's really, really sick, just show up at their ER. I'm like, that's a 16-hour drive, 20-hour drive. Are you kidding me? So I said, okay. So BJ and I talked on the way home and he said, Mom, let's just pack our bags and let's just go to the emergency room. And I'm like, okay. We'll do that. We know we'll have to pay cash for that. It's going to be really, really expensive, but we were kind of like, okay. I said, well, let's wait until we see if we get the referral first. And if not, then we'll just pack up and go. So then I was searching how to get into the Mayo Clinic, and this lady said, yeah, she said, I've made like 5 or 6 trips up to the Mayo Clinic, and I just go up there and I just sit and wait and tell them I want to be seen and just wait until they have an opening, and usually they get me in within a day or two. And I was like, well, okay, let's just go sit up there. So I told Jamie, I said, well, maybe we should go up there. And Jamie said, you just tell them you're going to sit there and stare at them at the front desk until they get you in. I was like, I got one even better. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to drive up there. We're going to sit there. We're going to turn on Facebook Live. And we're going to sit there until they let us in. And we're going to Facebook Live it the whole time until they figure out what's wrong with him. I said, maybe we could raise some money to pay for this bill, too. So
set up Super Chat and have everyone.
Yeah, have everyone donate to us through Super Chat. So we were like, okay, we're going to wait. And so this morning, I was pretty much hysterical. I was out of it. Poor Mike, I was crying all over the place. I'm like, I don't want him to end up like me. This sucks being sick your whole life. I don't want my poor child to do this. He's like, it's okay. We're not having enough
Come
faith.
in off the ledge. It's only 3 feet above the ground. It's not good.
Oh.
Oh, so I was feeling really bad. So, this was like at 9:30, and I get ready, and I've had soap stuff. To put it in perspective, Wednesday afternoon at noon, BJ said, Mom, I found a car, and I had soap stuff all over the kitchen, and I mean, it was all over, wasn't it? It was a disaster. You can say it was all over the kitchen table, all over the counters, everywhere. And I wanted to go look at this car because we need it. So I've had soap stuff sitting all over. And I told Mike, I said, okay, I know I'm not feeling good, but I'm going to get this soap made and recorded. And the phone rings and it's the doctor. And the nurse said, okay, I'm working on your referral for Mayo, but they're not going to take the insurance you have. And you have to pay a $5,000 deposit before you'll be seen. Do you want me to go ahead and do this? And I'm like, yes. Just do it. We'll figure out where we're going to get the money to pay for all this, but we have to get some answers. So he hung up, and I'm going back to doing my soap, trying to do this in between phone calls. And so then I'm right in the middle of making my soap, and the phone rings again, and the caller, Elly, looks at it, and she says, Mom, it says Mayo Clinic. And I'm like, what?
It actually said that on the color.
Yes.
Yeah, it said that. It was
Wow.
legit.
And so I stopped my soap recording again. Of course, it was right in the middle of where I need to put all my embeds and stuff. But I was like, forget it. If the soap is ruined, BJ's worth a ruined batch of soap, aren't you?
Not quite.
Not quite. And so the lady's on there, and she's like, did they tell you about, the deposit you have to make and all this? And I was like, yeah, they did. And I said, we just want to go ahead and do it. I said, we are going to be losing our insurance anyway, so that's fine. We already figured we'd have to pay cash for it anyway. And she's like, okay. So I thought she was just like making sure, that we would be willing to pay for it. So she's sitting on there, and she's like, well, now this is for neurology. And I said, okay. I said, headaches is like his number one complaint, but I said his blood pressure is what we can't figure out. And she said, well, this is only neurology. And I was like, oh, great. And I said, well, if we get in there and we come out to Rochester and neurology doesn't find anything, can they refer him to a heart doctor? And she's like, yeah, they'll refer him. You'll have to stay more days. I said, I don't care how long we have to stay. I said, we have to figure this out. And she said, yes, they'll refer. So I said, okay, let's just do the neurology. So I thought she was going to hang up and call me like in a couple weeks or something. And she says, okay, let me see if I can get an appointment. And I'm like, wait a minute, an appointment? So we're all sitting, Elly's sitting there and BJ's sitting there. And I'm kind of like, I think she's making an appointment. And she said, okay, she said, we can get you in June 13th. And I was like, ugh. Okay, that's only 11 weeks away. We can do June 13th.
It's right
So
after my birthday.
have fun, be careful. And so less than 18 hours after the doctor told us that it was basically impossible for us to get in, we got into the Mayo Clinic. So that was a miracle. And what was even...
So we'll be able to go in the door, and then that's about as far as we get.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm going to sit there until they give us some answers, and I'm going to say, people, I want some answers. I'm not paying you $50,000 to sit here.
Well,
So anyway, so one thing I called Mom and she was like, "No way, he actually got in." I said, "Yeah." She said, "I was just watching Joyce."
Dave.
Do you guys know Joyce Meyer? So we like to watch her, and Mom was like, "I was just watching Joyce," and she said, "You know what? You need to not just say, 'Okay, God, if you want to heal me, or if you don't, that's okay. I'll just accept.'" She said, "You need to say, 'I am asking for healing, and you are the healer, and I'm asking you to provide for it.'" And then, so Mom said she'd been praying and praying that for like 45 minutes, and then the Mayo Clinic called. So Jill's healing ministry. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. But anyway, so we're going to Mayo Clinic. We're so excited. I mean, you shouldn't be excited that you have to go to the Mayo Clinic, but
Well,
June.
it's at the point where we're thinking, he's had probably hundreds of doctor's appointments over
yeah,
4 years. And we're just thinking,
Something is wrong.
we really need a doctor who's actually going to say, let's try this and rule that out like pretty quickly, rather than, he's fine.
I
Yeah.
love this stuff.
So, do you like the shortbread?
Yeah.
It's super yummy, isn't it?
It is short.
It is short, isn't it? Yes, it's very short. But it is very tasty. Here, you want to try a bite? So, we are going June 13th to the Mayo Clinic. One of our very nice viewers said that we would be able to stay at her house, so I'm going to contact her and see if that offer still stands. I thought that was very nice of Heidi. Thank you, Heidi, for offering.
That
And
is really nice.
so now we're going to have to plan, do we make it a family vacation?
No.
If we're going all the way out there, we might as well make it some sort of family vacation, or are we just going to have Mike and I and BJ go out?
Mike and you and BJ, that's it. Please.
Dave doesn't want to go.
I still think BJ's idea of a meetup in Rochester.
I think we should all sit in the Mayo waiting
we
room.
could post online. We're in room 474, building B at the Mayo Clinic.
Have like 50 people come visit you. I'm here for BJ. Some flowers.
Just tell him your family.
Just tell him your family.
Yeah.
We have a really big family. Huge. BJ get all these balloons. He has like his whole room filled with balloons. So we're trying to decide. This just happened this morning, and it really hasn't sunk in yet. And thankfully, the business has been doing better, so we do have some money to at least get started with this process.
But we need you guys to buy as
But-
many books as possible. Just buy like 40 or 50 books for all your kids and everything.
Yeah.
Which of these is our best biscuit recipe?
Which, by the way, well, this one's really, really good.
Which one?
This one right here.
Okay.
What was I going to say? So we were going to have a sale today for St. Patrick's Day, but it didn't happen because we've had so much going on. So in the next several, week or so before Mike leaves, we're going to have our Mother's Day sale. And
We are?
our please help BJ get to the doctor bill. So yeah, you can show them.
This is what the balloons at the leprechaun place under my desk look like.
Isn't that crazy? He was a crazy guy, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that was our Mayo Clinic story. I still can't, I know I shouldn't say this, but I still can't believe 18 hours. I mean, this time yesterday, we were sitting at the doctor's office and she was just like, nope, I'll refer you, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to get in. And not even 18 hours later. So I think God's wanting him to go there because I don't think we would have gotten in if we didn't, so.
We have a lot of people asking about biscuit recipes on the YouTube side. I just posted.
Biscuits?
So one person was asking if we have an old-fashioned biscuit recipe with lard, but we don't, do we?
We do, sort of. Yeah, so go to Mike's Baking Powder Biscuits.
I have that on here? It's on here?
I don't know. But I'll tell you how you can do it. Just a second, let me find it. Biscuits. B-I.
Oh, it looks like it's this one right here. Mine.
Yeah, okay, so Mike's putting the recipe on there. Where is Biscuits? Biscuits.
I
Okay.
mean, where are biscuits?
54.
Oh, Jack, come over here. Say that on camera. I'm saying that's education right there.
It's okay. You can.
You mean where are biscuits?
Yes.
Okay, I just pasted in one that's called Mike's Baking Powder Biscuits.
Lol.
So page 54 in Dining on a Dime. And all you have to do is exchange the margarine for lard.
Oh,
That's
actually-
all you have to do.
Oh, actually, it says how to make homemade biscuits. I guess I should say Mike's.
Oh,
So we know
that's
which one
funny.
that is.
Yeah, so just use Mike's baking powder biscuit, except just change lard for the margarine. And that's how you do it.
But if you can also make it with butter or margarine or something like that if you like.
You can also make it half and half. Half lard, half butter, half lard, half margarine, whatever you want.
Oh, Sue's asking us to put our P.O. box up. I have...
It's Living on a Dime, P.O. Box 193, Mead, Colorado 80542. And have you seen my brother in there?
I have not seen
Okay. And also, we got our first,
I'm pasting that address in right
Dave, over on the stand by the chair is a little envelope. Bring it here. We got our first refrigerator magnet for Shayla over by the
nice.
chair. Yes, I forgot to show you guys because with everything going on with BJ, I didn't get to show you. Right there, it's in a little envelope.
Wait, right here?
The yellow envelope.
Oh, yeah. I can see.
So the first person who sent it to us was... Oh, good. You got your water?
Where you got it next?
Okay.
Are
Come
you
here.
serious? Oh, wow. This is a pretty legit. Hold on.
I know. So let's see. Adam Brown from Blue Crab Magnets sent us... Are you ready? Atlanta!
All right, let me see. Nice.
No, you need to make sure I teach
That's
you those
awesome.
before you...
I did. I asked Dad.
Very
Greetings
cool.
from Atlanta. Isn't that a cool one? It's an old-fashioned one.
Let me see again.
It's one of
That
those
is really
old-fashioned
cool. Oh, it's like a
postcards.
postcard, yeah.
Yes. So thank you.
Oh, we saw some of those up at the national park.
Yeah. So if you guys run across magnets or if you have any extra just laying around, my sister-in-law is collecting them, and for her birthday or some occasion, I'm not sure what, we would like to give them to her for a gift because she thinks those are the coolest things. She just gets the biggest kick out of them. So we thought it would be so cool if our viewers could send her one. We would be so appreciative of the thoughtfulness of you guys if you would do that. So anyway,
All right, let's see.
Are you feeling bad?
No, sorry.
Do you need
Just
help yourself?
no, we've got an issue.
okay. So let's see.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. Well, you look kind of...
Well, I'm pretty worn out. It's been a long week.
All right. Do you want to?
Okay, go ahead.
Some people were asking for. Let's see. Oh, Dwayne said I think a mint chocolate chip pudding would have been good for today.
So, if you want to make this mint chocolate, put 1/4 teaspoon of mint extract in here. And you can put chocolate chips or dark chocolate chips. Yummy, yummy.
Okay.
So,
sorry, I was distracted, but it's over now. Okay. Shirley says, new viewer, and I love you guys look like a happy, close family. Does your dad laugh all the time?
Yes.
no.
Yes. Dave says yes. Tara says
we'll
no.
We'll be playing a game, and he'll just die, and he'll laugh about it.
Actually,
whatever.
Mike is
I'll give you the $5 later.
Mike is usually smiling most of the time. He has issues sometimes when
Just
We-
like me.
are having business problems, like we're trying to fight people trying to take our trademarked name right
We're
now.
still going after you.
But even then, you're usually very calm.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Mostly.
Usually he is. I mean, he has his moments like everybody, but you never go into a screaming tirade or anything. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oops,
Well,
my hair's all.
I'm really not fond of screaming tirades. So,
Well, yeah. So if you guys could please both or everyone pray that we get some answers, which I know it's 11 weeks away, but at least we're feeling hopeful.
Oh,
my head really warm.
Linda says, bought a bunch of your Dining on a Dime cookbooks a few years ago and gave them as Christmas presents. They were well liked.
Thank you, Linda. So we're going to have our Mother's Day sale next week because he's going to be gone when we have our regular Mother's Day sale. So,
Oh, Tess says, I think I can smell the shortbread.
Not that one. No,
It's really
the
delish.
forehead. The forehead.
let me test it with a kiss.
Yeah! We haven't signed the contract.
David says he'll give me 100 kisses a day if I let him get some eye something or another.
It's an iPod Touch. Which is not a phone for all you people
Aw.
out there.
Tishonia says, the perfect husband just like mine.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad
Well,
you have a great husband.
Perfect is pretty strong word. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but sometimes you go places and you come back and you say, okay, I appreciate it. I've been
I
listening
do.
to that show on the radio.
Oh, I listen to some of these women. I'm just like, seriously?
Bruce says, so let's plan to meet up, but leave the details to us and not the Gillums. That would be great.
That sounds like a great idea. I am not good with details. I am not good with planning.
So Debbie's asking for the recipe for chocolate pudding. Yes, I haven't pasted it in a little while, so I'm pasting it again here.
As you can tell by my lack of eating lunch today, I'm hungry. Elly and I went to go see Beauty and the Beast, and so I was running out the door because I was on the phone with Mayo until like 2 seconds before we had to leave. Trying to quickly get everything cleaned up and get the show stuff on here so that we could do the show. But okay, so Beauty and the Beast.
Wait. It just came out today. So I would refrain from saying anything.
No spoilers.
Well, I wasn't going to do a spoiler, but should I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for them?
I would say first, if you don't want to hear anything about it,
Okay, if you don't want to hear anything about Beauty and the Beast, plug your ears. I'll give you
or-
5, 4,
Or press the mute button.
3, 2, 1. Okay, you've been warned. I give it a 5 out of 1 out of 10. I give it a 5.
Okay.
Elly, what did you give it?
I gave it a 6. It was
Yeah,
a little.
it was disappointing. I was disappointed with it. I was really hoping it was be as good as Cinderella. It wasn't as good as Cinderella. It wasn't even close, actually. So, yeah. So, if you're wanting to go see a really good pick-me-up movie,
It
it
was
probably wouldn't.
like it was entertaining. It just didn't like meet up with the original like
Yeah.
level, you know.
It wasn't as good as the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon was. It wasn't quite.
As a matter of fact, I feel like I need to go watch the cartoon tonight just to redeem myself, to get the movie out of my head. It was just, I don't know. The political statements they were trying to make in there were just absolutely ridiculous. The computer-generated imaging that they did, they way overdid it.
Well, and I told Mom like, well, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, yeah, that was it. It was like, and I know that's a really like. I'm sure this movie was extremely hard to make, and they put
Yeah.
a lot of good effort into it. But, you know, with the so much CG stuff, it was just kind of hard to look past it.
Yeah.
Because it all, and of course, like, there's no such thing as talking furniture and stuff, but
That really wasn't it for me, though.
it was just something about it, like,
For me, it was the scenes where they were showing them making food and the Beast and Belle dancing and all this, and they were flying all over the place. And you were just like, and you were just, okay, what just happened? I mean, they were all over the place. You couldn't even see anything. So, if you were wanting to go see the movie, I would say save your money and just rent the film later.
Live better.
Red box.
Yeah, to get it at the library or something. It wasn't really worth it. So, okay, if you have your ears closed, you can open them now. Okay, there, how's that?
Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was a little better than, like, it was still good, just not quite.
Debbie asks, is it good for little kids?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would not let my kids go. I'd never let you guys watch anything that scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I should say, I was a sensitive child. I don't know why. I just, like, thought movies were real. So, like, I got freaked out by Aladdin.
But a lot of kids
A
do.
lot of kids do, and their
Yeah,
parents just
what
don't
book are you
realize it.
reading?
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
kids
yeah,
do.
actually. Yeah.
And it was pretty scary when the beast was, there was wolves that looked real that were attacking the dad. And,
Back into the Beauty and Beast conversation. If you
yeah,
don't wanna listen.
sorry if you don't want to listen. But as far as kids goes, I would not let my kids watch it. But I will disclaimer that and say, we are extremely strict on what our kids watch.
Someone wants to know, what book are you reading, Elly?
Well, I literally just started it, like, 2 seconds ago. It's called Heartstone. It's like dragons and medieval and stuff, so... I don't know, I
Elly
literally...
likes adventure books.
I'm on page 2, so we'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, I would say don't waste your money on it. That's my disclaimer. I mean, Elly and I had a good bonding time together, so it was worth it for that. But
Lisa said
Yeah,
you
it's
two have
fun.
awesome kiddos.
Oh, Lisa, yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
but what?
Did you say what book it was?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because Mrs.
Heartstone.
Darling was asking. So let's see.
So someone else said, yeah, it wasn't good at all either. They didn't. I wouldn't waste your money.
Yeah.
And I think Disney, honestly, I think Disney needs to get their act together, because after watching that, I don't want to go back to any other Disney movies. It
What
was
about
that,
Moana?
that bad. But yeah. So
So Lindsay said, we just got rid of our new car and went to a 2008 thanks to you guys. Lots of interest and depreciation saved.
yay!
Yay, Lindsay, good job.
You know, one thing about the cars, people are always criticizing us for buying used cars. And we've probably had, in 20 years of marriage, what, 15 cars probably? Between all the crashes and everything?
Has it?
It's been quite a few.
Hmm.
At least 10, no, yeah, we've had,
Well,
it
I
had
ge-
to have been 15
Well, now that
at
I think
least.
about it, with the kids all having cars.
Yeah, but we also have 5 drivers now. So, but I would venture to say, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, but with all of our cars together, we have not paid what one person would pay for a car with all the interest and extra taxes and everything. Do you think we've spent $40,000 on all our cars?
40,000? No.
Yeah. So we haven't
Really?
paid. Yeah. We have not
if you add
paid.
them all up together.
We have not paid that amount for all of our cars put together. And that's exactly why we don't believe in buying new cars. It's not to mention the fact that every 3 months we've gotten smashed by somebody for the last 2 years and almost got hit again today.
Oh my word. Yeah, like, well, when we were driving to Beauty and Beast, like, I was trying to figure out the car or whatever. Every time I go out driving, there's at least one thing. But this time there's like 3 or 4 people doing weird things. I was like, can I not drive one day without having crazy people around?
Okay, we need to throw out a congratulations to Donna. She said, so happy made my first batch of soap today. Sorry it took me a while to get the message to Tawra, Donna.
Good
but we're
job,
so
Donna.
proud of you, yeah.
Yay! Oh, and Ramona tried, but she couldn't find her mixer. So, if your mixer dies or something, you can just hand stir it. Just turn on a good TV show and sit and hand stir it.
Do you have to
Tishonia is asking, do we have a car
work your
each?
brain?
Yes.
Dad, you're stealing all my questions.
We tried. We shared at some points, but it was really difficult with all the kids.
We did share for a while when we just didn't have the money to get another car. But now Mike has a car and I have a car, and the 3 teenage drivers have their own car, and we have a spare car, which is Mom's truck that we moved out here from Kansas, but we don't drive it very often. But we're in Colorado, and we really have to drive a long way to get to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just to go get groceries is a half-an-hour drive for us. Well, it's 25 minutes.
20,
yeah,
yeah.
25 minutes for us to get. Very long time. And, so we kind of have to, we have no public transportation we can use. There's nothing,
dang
can't
it.
ride our bikes. We have nothing in our town. We can't buy groceries.
I think that'd be
Me
cool.
and Dad walked.
We could ride our bikes if we wanted to ride our bikes, we could, but it's about 10 miles on highway.
Yeah.
Well, not all of that's on highway, but
Busy highway too, not just, like a little
Yeah.
country road
It's
highway.
like I-25.
Yeah.
it's not. Well, I'm thinking more like 66, but yeah.
Oh, well, that too.
So,
Tishonia says I made my hobby of soap making into a business.
oh, very good.
Linda says I
Yay.
keep telling my husband we don't have to buy new. However, we've been driving our Chevy Metro since we bought it new in '99. Don't think we've hit
Whoa.
50,000 miles
Good.
yet.
Oh my.
Wow, you must not drive as much as we do.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we want to drive that much, but
oh man, we can
harder.
do 50,000 in 6 months to
well,
a year.
in Colorado, in our part of Colorado, everything is so far apart.
Yeah.
Well, if we lived in like Fort Collins or something, well, pretty much just Fort Collins, like, because even in Longmont,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really close, and there's like busy roads
Yeah.
everywhere, so.
Tishoni has had her car for nearly 10 years,
So,
Wow.
which is insane.
Wendy says making homemade pizza from my Living on a Dime cookbook.
Oh, yum.
Cat Lover says, Ellie, I would love to see your packing for Ireland video. We'll have to do
I think
that.
that'd be kind of funny, because then I'll be.
So guys,
Yeah.
It'd be
since
funny if you were doing it.
Since Wednesday's show, when Mike and Ellie took over, which you did very well, I hear you were panicking at first. Ellie said, Mom, I had to calm him down. He was panicking.
She got me a paper bag and then I was fine.
Good. Keep it together, man.
But if you guys have any tips for traveling overseas for Mike and Ellie for 3 weeks to Ireland and North Ireland. No, where are you going? Ireland,
and
Scotland,
Northern Ireland, and Scotland and England.
and England. Okay. If you guys have any tips, please email them to us and I will forward them to them, because some of you guys have been emailing and posting in the comments below tips, and they've been actually really good tips that we hadn't thought about.
Yeah.
And one lady even sent us a packing list. Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Actually, it's funny. Tourin says we also only buy older cars, and we only have an older car, and we use it to get all that we need a car for. Yeah, it's funny because my thinking on cars is we're not trying to live in them. So mainly if it gets us where we're going in a reasonable amount of comfort, like it has a heater and stuff like that, that's great. Although,
A defroster and an air conditioner. He
when
makes me sick.
But when we do buy them used, we get them for usually something like $3,000. This one was closer to $4,000.
This one was 4.
And
Yeah.
everything works and it's in great shape. So
But like Ellie's car, we got hers for $1,800.
And it's
Yeah.
been working for 3 years or
3
2?
years.
At
How old
least
are you?
2.
3 years now. No. How old are you?
Yeah, that'd be right. No, 2 years, because we got it after I got my license, right? Because I was like so frustrated. I was like in tears from trying to learn how to do the stick. I was like, I can't.
I'm like, yes, you can. You can learn to do a stick. I don't know, Mom. I'm really nervous.
I must say though,
But you did
I
good.
do like it better now because it's more entertaining and it keeps you like, well, because you really
Keeps
have
you
to
awake.
you have to actually use both hands and focus more.
And that's why we got such a good deal on the cars, because nobody likes driving sticks anymore.
because they can't hold the phone in the other hand while they're driving.
Oh, don't get me started. There was a lady texting today.
I saw somebody, the car was swerving all over the road, and then I realized, oh, they're texting.
What is that name?
Tiffany asked if you could tell my husband Rory happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rory!
Woo!
Yay! Do you want to sing one?
Oh,
Oh, your voice is going? Okay.
oh man, I'd love to come see the leaves changing somewhere.
Donna says, I've never had a brand new car. I always tell people if I want a new car smell, I will buy a lot of air fresheners with the money I've saved. Well, what's funny is
true.
we always used to hear people say, I want a new car so I don't have to pay for repairs. Well, then Tara's brother bought a new car, and they found out that the repairs are a lot more expensive
On a
than
new
on the
car.
older cars,
And
and
it
the
wasn't covered.
insurances and the payments and just everything. So
Yeah, now my car, we took soap to Jamie, had left her soap here from soaping on Tuesday. Because it was so liquidy, we didn't want her to get messed up. And so we had the soap in the car driving all around to the movie and everything. And I called Jamie and said, we're late. Can you meet me at the corner? And she's like, yeah. So she came to the corner and I jumped out, threw her stuff through the window. She handed me my new soaping bucket she bought me. And we both drove off because we were late picking up the boys from school from the movie, and my car smelled really good, like lemon.
Oh,
It
yeah.
smelled lemony.
Ruth thought we might have been confused, but Ruth, actually, I think we understood, but she says, not sure it was clear. I meant we should organize a meetup while you're in Rochester
Yeah.
for those of us available in Minnesota so you could get some support and a break from Mayo appointments.
Yes.
I think we did understand that,
Yeah.
but we very much appreciate that.
We might do that, actually. I guess it's only 11 weeks away. Do people plan that far ahead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tish Shonia was wondering if she could link her websites in so you could see her soap that she made.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead. That's fine. Thank you for asking, by the way. Or send me a link, because I'd like to see it. I love soaps. One thing, we will be driving to Minnesota and not flying, probably. Just because if we're going to have to be there 1 or 2 weeks, we'll need a vehicle there, so it'll probably be cheaper to just drive, especially with my new car. And if we go as a family, we'll take my car and Mike's car, which both get really good gas mileage. I don't know if all 7 of us would be able to go or not. Emily graduates the 2 weeks before that, and that's the week of the boys' birthday.
Which is super poop.
So we'll probably. So what if we did a birthday party before we left
Yeah.
Oh.
and took all your
Well,
friends to the
yeah.
mountains?
What about Kes Bonita?
Well, yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Well, who are we
Tradition.
gonna take to the mountains?
Well, whoever you want to invite.
Okay.
So,
What if they reject?
sorry, Tammy asked earlier, and I forgot it's further up in my comment paste here, but she says, doesn't the fibro flare after driving a manual? It's the reason we sold our manual.
That doesn't flare not the manual part that flares my fibromyalgia, but it's the stress of driving in the traffic. So
everyone's
It
tailgating
actually-
you.
Like, I find it really hard to drive in Colorado, especially if I don't have sunglasses and everything's really bright and there's cars everywhere and movement everywhere. It's hard to, like, pay attention to.
and
I mean, that doesn't apply to me, but.
well, and like Wednesday night after I slid in, so I'd spent an hour and 45 minutes
You
getting
said
from
slid in again? No, not on a car.
getting from Littleton to home in Denver rush hour traffic, and I was physically shaking when I got in. And I went and I was on the couch the rest of the night. I mean, seriously, Mike went and got Taco Bell because I couldn't function, and that makes me really, really sick. And like yesterday, after having to drive clear up to get the MRI, come home, then 4 hours later, go
Whoa.
back and come back again. And Elly thankfully packed orders for me, so I didn't have to do a huge amount on that. I just had to slap the labels on them. But it was still so much stress that it made me really, really sick yesterday. And like when I was sitting and waiting for the MRI to be done, they had this player piano there. Okay, my parents made player pianos for a living. That was their job. If you want to go back and watch Penny Pinchin' Mama on YouTube, Mama tells about it. That was my parents' business, was making player pianos that played by themselves. Well, this player piano, the lady turned it on, and I walked up to her and I said, "Ma'am," I said, "you're going to think I'm absolutely crazy, but," I said, "my parents had a business making player pianos, and your player piano is not working correctly. You need to get it fixed." And she's like, "What? Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, you really need to get it fixed, please." So I listened a whole hour to this dumb player piano going, so it had a leak somewhere, and what happens is the pressure builds up and it plays, and then it kind of like, and then it builds up and then it, and so that kind of stuff makes me really, really sick. And even like the shows, I'm going to be on the couch after we're done here because just talking makes
I'm surprised
me...
you lasted this long.
I know. I'm looking at the clock thinking, okay, we need to be going because just talking
Kills her to death.
makes me really, really sick. So, yeah. So anyway.
Songbird says Alderman Farms has a biscuit mix and biscuit recipe using shortening, but they prefer lard.
Yeah.
So they might be a good one to check too. Their channel is Alderman Farms on YouTube, right?
Yeah, Alderman Farms on YouTube. They're
Yeah.
great. Them. I love them. I love Dirt Patch Heaven. I love, oh, it just went out of my head. The South people.
Deep South.
Deep South. Sorry, Wanda.
Deep South
Sorry.
Homestead.
Deep South Homestead. That big dude that's always bugging us. Big Bear.
Oh, Big Bear. I guess we're 15 minutes over time on the show.
That big show. And then Big Family
the show
Homestead.
that we're trying to follow so we can get tips on how.
Yeah, on how to
improve.
how to skin a coon. And
He said he would be our bodyguard as we go. I'm like, yes,
Nice.
I'll happily take you, Big Bear.
he was a Marine.
Yeah,
he knows his
He was
stuff.
an amazing Marine.
Yeah. So those are all the homesteaders. I really like all of them. I'm sure I'm forgetting like Bandana Grandma. I love her. I love Rain Country. Man, now that I'm thinking about this, I'm sitting and watching YouTube too much. But when I'm sick, that's the kind of shows I watch. Because I'm not going to sit and watch some schmut like whatever's on now. I don't even know what's on now. We haven't watched TV for probably 15 years. Not the girls will watch Dancing with the Stars.
Not so much
Occasionally.
Survivor.
Emily-
Survivor is my show.
Yeah,
That's
Elly
the only
likes
TV
Survivor.
show I'll actually watch now. And it's reality TV, like, it's probably staged, but
It
I don't
is
know why, I
staged.
just, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like,
Sorry.
Yeah. When I'm not feeling good, that's the kind of stuff that I watch. You know, I watch stuff that I can learn from. And like Rain Country the other day, she had a hair growing concoction. I
What?
was thinking maybe I should try it.
Why?
do a progress
So I
video.
could have hair like she does. Her hair is just all poofy.
I think I was watching some of her show the other day. It's the first time I'd ever seen it.
Yeah, her hair looks really nice. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man. So those are the kinds of things that I watch when I'm not feeling good. Or all my soaping shows, yeah. So,
Oh, is this was it Tishonia that asked about sharing?
yeah.
Yeah, what your contact?
So, all right. So
Somebody had
Let's
asked about what
finish
kind of car it was, a Nissan.
a Nissan Versa. I'd never heard of it till BJ brought it up, and I'm like, sure, why not? So
And somebody else asked us how far we are from Aurora. About an hour and 15?
about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the traffic.
Yeah, so I think I might have missed a few. I'm sorry if I did. But I think Tara's getting
I'm fading
beyond her.
fast. Can
She's
you see
over
the
her
color
limit.
draining out of my face? I can feel it. I can actually feel it draining out of my face. My face is getting cold.
She's over her limit of talking.
Am I getting clammy?
See, now if it was the Mike and Ellie show, we could go for...
Ellie can't any more than I can.
Yeah, but she can when she's with me.
I can if it's a subject I like.
Well, that's
She
true.
can if she doesn't have to come up with all the
So,
conversation.
on next week's show, we're going to have Ellie doing parkour.
Slacklining live.
On the new car.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I could probably string up 10 cars.
All right, guys. We
What?
will see you on Monday.
While it's driving.
Thank you for your prayers. We appreciate it. We will keep you updated on what's happening with BJ and our trip to Minnesota now. I don't know if we're going to make it a family vacation. I don't know. Is there anything to do in Minnesota? I don't know.
Oh, Minnesota was...
I'm sorry.
Well,
You even asked that question. I've never been back east before.
well, you've been to...
No, we were to, what was that town?
why am I forgetting? Duluth. And on the North Shore.
Yeah, but do
It
you
was
do stuff in the
beautiful
summer
up
there?
Of course, Rochester is south, so... I'm sure.
I don't know.
Lots of trees and water.
So send us things to do. Maybe we'll take a family
All things I love.
vacation. I don't know. Our last family vacation, poor Ellie. Oh, poor Ellie. She got
Keep going, Zappa.
so was it car sick? I
It
don't
was
know.
the weirdest thing. I have no idea what it was because I got it the day before I left, and then
She got the stomach
I
flu
don't
of some
remember
sort.
when it went away, but it was the weirdest thing because I was really nauseous, and I it was bad, but like eating didn't make me want to throw up. I didn't feel like I didn't throw up at all, and it was weird.
She was
I have
in
no
bed
idea.
our whole vacation, and she did finally get up to go to Silver Dollar City the one day. Did you end up doing the zip line?
Yeah.
I think you were really sick on the zip line. She kept doing this. She did the zip line with us, but she was horribly
It was
sick.
weird. I still don't know what
We
it was.
finally had to take her to not the ER, but the urgent care because I thought she had food poisoning or something. So,
Jamie says, Dave, make Mom an Alka-Seltzer.
so I'm almost afraid to take a family vacation because I don't want poor Elly to get so sick. But anyway, so all right, visit us at livingonadime.com. Please like, share, comment, and watch our shows as long as you can. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And have a
Watch
good weekend,
Deep
guys,
Burn
and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, and thanks to everyone that said hi. And Torrid says, love watching you today.
Thank you for
Torrid.
staying up to watch us. We appreciate it. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, everybody. We sure appreciate all of you.
Okay, you ready?
Bye.
Bye.
Lean on me.
You raised me
Facebook is
up.
gone.
You raised me up.